Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our weekly spin into stillness. I'm Reverend Robert Nashak, and aka the Spiritual Spinister. We're here to grab a few moments each week just for ourselves to be quiet, to be still, to listen to the voice that is deep within us. The deep self, the higher self, however you want to refer to it. It's what I consider divine, it's what I consider God, and you can consider it whatever you wish. This is your meditation, your time to get connected and in touch with the deeper part of yourself, the part of your life that is guiding you and that is advising you. And so we have a couple of different steps in the process. We start by setting an intention. And again, a great practice to have throughout your daily life, setting your intention. One of our meditators sent me his intention for the week. Ozzy, welcome. Thank you for sending me that intention for the week and putting it on the YouTube channel. And so he's starting off his week, or he started off this week with some clear ideas of how he would like it to go. And then the universe fills in the rest for us. The universe helps us, guides us to the right decision, shows us the way to go. And again, just a great practice to have throughout the big activities in your life, before you go into a meeting, when you get out of bed in the morning, when you go to sleep at night. So I usually like to write them on little slips of paper just like this. This is just construction paper that I've cut up into little rectangles. And the reason that I do them this way is because if we were in person, I would invite everyone to write their intention and then hold it in your hands to give it energy. And then if we were in person, I would invite you to walk up to me and I would have a burning bowl that we could throw our intentions into the flames. And so as we set our intention, we also then want to let it go. We don't want to cling too tightly to it. We want to make it clear and then release that attachment to that intention so that the universe can show us the best and most efficient way for us to reach the manifestation of that intention. So I write my own, and then I write another one that says everyone's intentions, because that can serve as the proxy for all of our intentions. And we can throw mine and then the one that says everyone's intentions into the bowl as if we were all together. And thereby, it's the ritual done virtually that we would do in person if we were together. So let's set that intention now. It doesn't have to be complex. It can be, as easy as feeling more at peace throughout my day. It can be as complex as you receiving some insight on a bigger issue or problem that I may be addressing during my day-to-day living. So let's do that. Let's set that intention now and see where we go from there. I also advise, if you're able to do it, to write down your intention in a little meditation journal. This way you can track, you can see what the intention was, and then of course we set it free, we let it go out into the flames, but you can check back to see if in fact you have, almost without thinking about it, done the steps that you've needed to do to reach that intention. And I'm sure you're going to find in a week or 2 weeks that in fact you have done all of those things, simply because you had the courage and the presence to write it all down, to put it down, so that the universe can see what you have declared as your intention. So I've written everyone's intentions on this little slip of paper. A little bit of glare there, so you might not be able to see it, but I have indeed written everyone's intentions. I've got my own as well. And we are ready for part 2 of our pre-meditation, and that involves us drawing an oracle card from the Star Codes Astro deck. I love this deck of cards, as you all may know if you've been here for a while. Great cards, great messages, nice and simple and easy to understand. And again, you do not have to believe necessarily in the mysticism of the cards, but instead consider the cards as a little prompt, as a little, tap on the shoulder of an idea that changes or expands your perspective on the intention that you've set or the issue that you are laying out in front of you to meditate on. So it's an easy process. I shuffle the deck. I draw the top card of the deck so that you can see that I've not used my own intuition to draw out my own card, but instead draw that top card that is got the one message that is part of the setup of our meditation, that it represents all of our intentions. So one card has an answer to what we've all individually set out to look for this week, which I think is pretty cool. So let's draw that card. As I shuffle, just a little reminder that we are in our respective spaces. So you may hear ambient noise, you may hear my dogs bark, you may hear sounds outside my window, you may hear sounds outside your window. They may startle you if you are deep enough in meditation, but that's fine. That's natural. That's a part of the process. Yes, we may have found and sequestered ourselves for these few moments together, which is great. Finding that space where you can be quiet and get into yourself is very important. But ultimately, we want to be able to access this stillness and this way to our deep self, and have access to it all the time, no matter where we are, no matter how chaotic it is around us. So we might want to access that when we're at work, or when we're on the subway, or when we're walking down the street, or walking the dog. But for now, again, if you get startled or if you get distracted briefly by any ambient sound or any issue around you, just turn it right around. Acknowledge it, let it go, and then just flip yourself and head right back into your meditative state. So I'm ready to draw. And our card for tonight is, and you've seen me here, I'm going to draw that top card. So here we go. Our card for tonight is, ooh, interesting. The card is conjunction. The theme is alliance. It's got, I'm going to put it up for you all to see, but I'm not sure if we've gotten this card before. I don't think so. So it's got geese flying through, and you'll see here, there's a beautiful card, and the theme is alliance. There we go. So think about your intention. Think about that word alliance. What that means is you may need to bring some parts together to align, to manifest that intention, an alliance. And we can read more about it now and see what else the book has to say about card 51, alliance. Conjunction. And if you are of a certain age, of course, when I hear that word, I think of conjunction, junction. What's your function? Hooking up words and phrases and clauses. from the Schoolhouse Rock when I was a kid. So some of you may know that, some of you may have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, here we go. Anytime two celestial bodies conjunct, meaning they dance close together, they first work together and blend meaning and purpose and begin a new cycle of their relationship. The sun and the moon conjunct at the new moon, but because the sun is overpoweringly huge, it has special rules. Planets are so tiny compared to the sun that when they are close within 8 degrees of the sun, they seem to disappear or combust and lose individual power. But when planets exactly conjunct the sun, their strength emerges and grows within the heart of the sun. The conjunction tells us we are stronger when we work together, as long as we don't disappear into another's flame. The action of this card, co-conspire. Find people and allies who support your ideas, as this is not a situation in which to go it alone. Bring in someone with extra skill to offer to your project. Find the best friend to discuss your concerns with, or spark off a new partnership. Watch the energy build as you bounce ideas off another person. Just take care of your own energy fields and ideas in this process. If you have merged your energy with a partner, teacher, or co-worker, or are considering merging, notice what strengthens you and where you may need to step back and individuate. Find your own paradigm and technique. It can be lovely to love someone with a sun-like personality, warm, expansive, though at times exhausting, but don't combust. If it's time to align your life with another's, think of the line from the poet Rilke. Love consists of this, that two solitudes protect and border and greet each other. Protect and border and greet. Let this be a yoking of two or more equals, a partnership that works best when each brings gifts and challenges to the table. The challenge of this card: be wary of relationships that ask you to shrink yourself to fit them and value the conjunction over the individual growth. The gift of this card, a conjunction, can become greater than the sum of the parts. That's pretty straightforward, isn't it? So let's get comfortable. And again, this is your meditation. You can decide for yourself how you can best do your meditation. I'm just here to help facilitate this. But we do this, we start off by breathing deeply. So we inhale through our nose and we exhale through our mouth nice and deeply. We want to slow down the breath on the coming out on the exhale, and so we want it to be a little slower than it was on the inhale. And so we breathe in deeply, and again, you can keep your eyes open so we can all kind of connect on this first two breaths, but we want to also then close our eyes on the third breath. All right. So let's breathe in deeply and hold. And now as you exhale, relax your body. You're starting to get a little more deep now. Breathe in and hold. And exhale slowly. And on this last breath, breathe in and hold. And exhale slowly as you allow your eyes to flutter closed. And so as our breathing returns to normal, to a comfortable pace, we begin to relax more and more, breathing in As our body relaxes, so do the tensions begin to just release from our body. So just in one all-around exhale, our stresses for the day, mentally, or our little aches and pains that we might be experiencing as a result of stress or tension, they all just seem to disappear in one breath. And then keep dispersing and dissipating each time we breathe, breathing in and out. And as we go more and more deeply into our personal and deep universe, and we find ourselves, as our body relaxes, that our mind and our imagination is free and open and formless, meaning we can choose to take form however we wish. And we find ourselves in a beautiful cloudy blue sky. And we are flying. The breeze is blowing past us as we find ourselves soaring in this beautiful, warm, sunlit sky. We are soaring high. And we feel the rush of our experience. And we realize when we are here that this feeling, this efficiency that we have in our flight, is because we are beautiful winged creatures. We have each taken the individual form of a goose. And we are flying in formation. We are flying perfectly as a team. Each of us has a unique space and role in this formation. And this can be a team of our family, or our office, or our colleagues, or even this meditation group. We have united our energies as individuals. We find ourselves in a position and in a role that makes use of our individual contributions. one of our wings may be stronger than the other, and so we are placed on the outside so that we can use that strong wing to guide one of the sides in that formation. Flying, feeling the joy, and feeling ourselves moving closer and closer in this formation, this exhilarating flight, as we get closer and closer to that end of our journey, that intention that we've set. Soaring, free, yet still connected in this formation. We can feel that freedom as well as the blessing of being in this conjuncted experience. And as we soar, we take one moment, we find this moment to hear the voice of our divine me. Offer us insight that only we can hear or understand about how this conjunction of talents and skills and individuals can work together to help us reach that manifested intention. And we allow that divine me, that deep self, that energy that animates my soul, to share with me how I might best find this conjunction in this coming week to reach that manifestation. Now, feeling energized, feeling purposeful, feeling connected to a wider, unified, well-working team. Our divine me has said it's okay to return to our physical bodies. And we briefly look around at this wonderful formation that we are in and how we have been allowed and able to express our uniqueness in achieving what we are all here to share together. And we greet one another as souls, as fellow geese in this formation, in this wonderful team of individuals that work so well. And we choose to say goodbye and return to our physical bodies. And we begin to send our imagination like a little mist back through the ether. And we find our deep breathing that we've been doing to hold ourselves tethered to the earth plane. And as we find that breath that has never stopped, we allow that mist of our soul and our imagination to re-enter and reanimate all of our body from our head down to our toes. We find the ever-flowing energy moving from up to down, back up. And we choose to return completely by taking our 3 quick breaths together. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale quickly again. And one more deep breath. Inhale. And exhale quickly as we open our eyes. We find ourselves returned completely. There we have it. How beautiful. Soaring through the air in formation as geese to help us achieve or make manifest our intention. We can't do it alone. We may think that we can, but we've got others around us to help us get to where we need to be as we can help them. I've heard it said people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we should learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them and we help them in return. That's from the movie and the stage play Wicked for Good. And I live by this now. I am at an age, I've gone through experiences now that I can recognize that we are led to people and they help us to grow, and we can help them to grow as well if we let them. So with that in mind, I'm going to send our intentions into the flames as I share my joy in just being here and available with those I love and with those I've yet to meet, in learning and growing. This is mine to start. And I throw the other one in with it, everyone's intentions that catches the flames as it burns together. And off they go. And that's it. We've let go of that attachment to our intentions. And I encourage you all to fly freely in formation as the individual and beautiful geese that we are. And I say hello to Sue on Zoom. I love you. Thank you for being here. Always good to know that you are there. And I think that's it. If you're on the YouTube live stream or the Facebook live stream, please like and subscribe this video. I didn't say that at all throughout this meditation, but I'm begging you, like and subscribe this video and say hello in the comments. Even if you're watching the recording, I'm glad that you're here. I'm delighted that you add your energy to this experience. And I am still holding out, hoping and believing that we are a community of meditators. And I know there are several of you out there, so join us in exchanging information, just a little words of encouragement for each other. Let us know how these are working for you, or why meditation works for you, or how you are seeing it playing out in your life. It's so important, and I'm grateful for you. So with that, I'm going to bid good night and encourage everybody to fly and be those glorious geese that you are. Always, always be glorious. Good night, or good morning, or whenever you're watching. Be glorious.